From being insensitive to exposing secrets, here's our list of celebrities who destroyed their careers on talk shows. Now Oprah with Meghan and Harry Wassa 2021, television special hosted by Oprah Winfrey that featured an interview between Oprah, Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry. Now the special premiered on March 7, 2021, and the interview came a year after Prince Harry and Meghan announced their decision to step down as working members of the British royal family in January 2020. Now during the talk, Meghan and Harry exposed a lot about the royal family, which the royals obviously didn't, like ahead of the interview. A clip was released of Oprah asking Meghan whether she was silent or silenced during her time as a working royal. The latter, Meghan, responded, "I've always been outspoken, especially about women's rights. And that's the sad irony of the last 4 years I've advocated for so long for women to use their voices," Meghan said now after Harry and Meghan took their relationship public. Meghan said she was given an unambiguous directive from the moment the world knew Harry and I were dating always to say no comment now. Meghan also opened up about how she had dark thoughts while being a royal and how she wanted to hurt herself. She also said that she never got the proper mental health care from the palace that she needed, but one of the most shocking bombshells they dropped were when the couple also revealed that there were concerns and conversations about how dark Archie's skin would be before he was born from members of the royal family. Through Harry made it clear that this was not the Queen or Prince Philip who said this now. All the comments they made got people up in arms about the two of them, as some people felt bad for Harry and Meghan for what they went through, while others were mad that they exposed the conversations they had with the royals and saying that the couple just wanted attention. But at the end of the day, it is an interview that has gone down in history for sure during a 2021 episode of The View. Host Sharon Osbourne got heated with her co-host Cheryl Underwood. They were talking about Piers Morgan and his offensive comments about Meghan Markle, and now Sharon are friends with Piers, so she was defending him and what he said, which honestly wasn't a good look. Cheryl then attempted to calm Sharon down as she disagreed with her, but it was too late as Sharon went on errand filled with swear words that needed to be bleeped out now during the exchange. Cheryl got emotional, to which Sharon fired back at her saying, "Don't cry, because if anyone should be crying, it should be me." Now this resulted in Sharon's departure from the show, and hey, it's okay to have different opinions, but she was making it so hostile and uncomfortable. I understand why she was removed from the show. Sharon said she was set up and sent out as the show's sacrificial lamb after heatedly defending her friend Piers for his controversial comments. She said, I've been set up. How dare you all do this to me? I'm your sacrificial lamb," she said. Now, this isn't the first time that an Osbourne has actually gotten in trouble on the show, as Sharon's daughter Kelly got some hot water in 2015, when she also made a racist comment now. At this point, the hosts of The View were speaking about the person who is now President of the United States. They were criticizing his description of Mexican immigrants. And Kelly was trying to make a point, asking, if you kick every Latino out of this country, then who's going to be cleaning your toilet now? Immediately. After remarking, the other co-hosts were taken aback and tried to stop Kelly from speaking further, but she continued, and a sense that, you know what I mean? Now this moment was honestly just embarrassing, and before Kelly could continue on, she was interrupted by co-host Rosie Perez, who was from Puerto Rican descent. Rosie said Latinos are not only people doing that. And Kelly quickly jumped in saying, "No, I didn't mean it like that. Come on, I would never mean it like that. I'm not a part of this argument." Now this left a lot of viewers, and the hosts were both shocked and disgusted. Kelly then later aped for the whole ordeal, but it was just bad. She then spoke about the incident in Rolling Stone and clarified her comment, saying, "This whole country is built on immigrants, and if you stop people from coming into this country who do the jobs that make this country exist and thrive and flourish, who is going to do all the jobs you don't want to do yourself," she said. It came out so wrong. Dakota Johnson ruined Ellen's ungenerous career on her own talk show. Yeah, in 2019, Dakota was on an episode of the Ellen DeGeneres show, and Ma being interviewed. Ellen threw some shade, insisting that she wasn't invited to Dakota's birthday party now. Without hesitating, Dakota shut this down, saying it was false by giving us the iconic line of, "Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen." Now, Dakota then went on to explain that the last time she was on Ellen shows, Ellen gave her a hard time about not inviting her last year, so she made sure that she did this year, which is honestly super smart. Now, Dakota then advised Ellen to ask her producers about her invitation, stating, "I did invite you, and you didn't come. Ask everybody." The producers then confirmed the host had indeed been invited to the bash, but had chosen not to attend. "Why didn't I go, Ellen?" asked out loud. "Oh yeah, I had to think the party was probably in Malibu. That's too far for me to go to Yikes." Well, at least Dakota stood her ground, but after this, more people started calling out Ellen for some of her rude behavior that she's had in the past, and some say this moment was the catalyst for Ellen's show getting canceled. Tom Cruise made an appearance on the Oprah Winfrey Show in 2005 to promote his remake of The War of the Worlds, but Noon really focused on the movie, though it was more about Tom's behavior. Now, when the topic changed to who Tom was dating, which was Katie Holmes, by the way, Tom couldn't contain his excitement. Different times during the interview, he jumps out of his seat, throws his arms in the air, pumps his fists, fall to his knees, slap the ground, squirms, and tries to walk it all off. Now the studio, author, audience-y absolutely loves this "something happened to you." A delighted Oprah exclaimed at one point, "I love of." Tom explained in total, he jumped on the couch twice to show his excitement. No, critics of the chop weren't so sure, however, with The Ringer saying it rocked Hollywood and became a turning point for how do we discuss and understand celebrities, and not in a good way now. Others thought it was cute though, as it was just a new side to Tom that we had never really seen before in 2012. Paula Deen was sued by a former general manager of one of her restaurants, claiming that she would usually use racial slurs around workers and wanted to stage a Southern-themed wedding with black men playing slaves that is messed up in testimony. During the trial, the manager's lawyer asked Paula if she had ever used the N-word before, and Paula said yes, of course no. As for the slave wedding, she admitted to that too, claiming that she got the idea from another restaurant and found the concept to be beautiful and really impressive. Once her statements were verified in district court, the Food Network reacted swiftly, refusing to renew her contract. She then went on to the Today Show to try to smooth over the scandal, but she refused to take accountability and instead played the victim while speaking with NBC's Matt lawyer. Paula deflected criticism, seemingly expressing shock that people were offended by what she said. Now, Matt later said that he thought that she was only interviewing in an attempt to save her career, and not because she actually felt remorse. Now in the end, had never quite fully recovered from the hit-o her reputation. And she wasn't seen the same ever again. Jamie Kennedy is best known for his role in the Scream movies, but the real horror was when he hosted a New Year's Eve countdown show on December 31st, 2012 on Dalksy, an independent TV station in Los Angeles. Now, this whole show was a complete fail and made everyone involved look like a fool, as it was so poorly done and honestly just a train wreck. There were plenty of times where it showed Jamie looking lost on stage, not knowing when the show was live or when the camera wasn't him. I mean, hey, we'll cut him some slack, as the point of the show was just to be together and celebrate the countdown to midnight. But they couldn't even get that right. Their countdown was 10 seconds behind then. At the end of the show, a huge brawl happened on stage. And well, the rest is history now. Unbelievably, Kennedy told the New York Times that the show was terrible on purpose. It was totally supposed to be like that. We wanted to make Almost Stan an anti-New Year's Eve show. I'm like the Kardashian of comedy. People seem to hate me, but they can't stop watching. He said. Now, a lot of people didn't buy this, though, as it was just a mess and it was hard to take him seriously. Well, that's all for our list of celebrities who destroyed their careers on talk shows now. Which moment do you think is the worst? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. I'm your host, Blake, and we'll see you next time. Peace.